make videos to tell people that they're idiots, to tell them that they're hypocrites, and to tell them that they're failures at life. Are you an idiot? Maybe. You seem to get the general gist of what's wrong with anarchy, but you lack specifics on a lot of things. At first glance, you don't seem like an idiot. You acting all spastic kind of makes me think otherwise, though. I don't even know if it's supposed to be for comedic value, since it's not all that funny. If I was after some below-the-belt kicking, I'd probably make a montage of that. Back to the point. You make a couple of good points of why anarchy won't work, and how basically any form that would work as a substitute government under a different name. But government that we live in has a despotic value. The few rule over the many, and saying that the state is in fact working for you, saying Obama is your slave. Yeah, try crossing any government official and let's see how much they agree with you. Most things you said about anarchy don't necessarily prove a point either. A lot of anarchists simply believe that government's influence should be pushed back a lot more. Simply more power to the people. While your anarchy video deals with the complete abolition of the government, a belief which I'm sure not even most anarchists would support. Your example of anarchy in, what was it, Somalia? That example doesn't mean a lot since there technically and legally still is a government in Somalia. The comparison also fails when you compare it to, say, the Republic of Cuba. Cuba does fare, but it is in a state that you wouldn't want your own country to be in. That doesn't mean all of the republics are shit. If you don't mind Cuba though, pick Iran for a more extreme republic. You talk about money like it's something the government invented, while money is nothing more but a step up from an IOU note. It developed, slowly but surely, from a note the bank would make so he would pay with that note, and the person who then held that note could go ahead and get the gold deposit later on. After all, a piece of paper beats carrying gold and silver. I'm not sure if you're also aware that there's a bunch of shops that in fact do accept bartering. Drugs would be everywhere and anarchy would spread. We know all about that anarchistic shithole known as the Netherlands, right? I'm not even sure what drugs have to do with anarchy. And if you really do think that there's a correlation like this, I'm going to have to back up on my previous statement and say that you are in fact an idiot, and a big one at that. The real reason I think you're afraid of anarchy, you are a weakling. You must be somehow aware of this, otherwise you wouldn't be having such a knee-jerk reaction to anarchy. You must be, to a degree, aware of how weak you are. You have to be aware that you are the first that would get exploited when anarchy would be reality. And that, and only that, is the reason that I like anarchy. Just that teeniest bit. I take what I want, and anarchy is really the perfect system for a mindset like mine. You are weak. I am not. That's what I like about anarchy. I would be able to take your possessions without you being able to stop me. I would be able to rape your women without you being able to stop me. I would be able to murder your family without you being able to stop me. I could tear the skin off your